The woman we know as Mother Teresa of Calcutta actually began as a nun teaching in a girls' school. I believe it was in Yugoslavia. She couldn't even get her bishop's permission, but finally boarded the bus. This diminutive saint and traveled by herself to the streets of Calcutta to bring the love of God to the poorest of the poor, old people, infants, thrown out on the street to die. From that small beginning grew a worldwide movement of God's love. She's one of my heroes. The prophet Haggai looked at the foundation of the temple and expressed what everybody was thinking. Can anything really big come from this? And the story of Esther begins with the same question. Let me remind you, Esther was actually an orphan. Her mother and father had died. Her Jewish name was Hadassah, and Mordecai was an uncle or cousin. It's difficult to tell from the text, but he cared for her as a daughter. And when Queen Vashti refused the king's summons, what happened was that she was banished and a new queen was sought. And God took this orphan, who no one would have expected to go any place, do anything of significance, and moved her into position to rescue God's people. Because Haman, raised up to be second in command to the king, hated the Jews, hated Mordecai, and had the king issue an edict to destroy them all. And Mordecai, in sackcloth and ashes out by the gate, he couldn't come in dressed like that, sends word to Esther, saying, perhaps this is why you have been raised to your position. And Esther changes the course of human history. Do you believe big things can come from small starts? Do you really believe that one individual, by virtue of calling and passion, persistence and vision, can change the world? I don't believe Esther did initially, but God had a dream for her that was lived out. I'm not sure anyone expected this diminutive woman who by herself wandered the streets of Calcutta to do anything great. But she did. What are you doing with your life? Do you think God can actually make use of you? Or just ancient orphans, diminutive nuns? Happy reading.